Thus, we are going to study those organisms who are not included in five kingdom classification. Because of this organism, there was a drawback in five kingdom classification. Now, the first organism is lichen. Second one is virus and the third one is viroid. So first I will be explaining you what are lichens. Lichens are symbiotic association of two different organisms. The two different organisms are algae and fungi. So these two come together to form a structure which is called as lichen. The algal part of lichen is called as photobiont or phycobiont. The fungal part of lichen is called as mycobiont. Now, why the body of algae is called as photo or phycobiont? Because it is a plant. And fungi mycobiont because fungal body is called as mycelium. Now speaking about the algal composition of lichen, there are various types of algae present on earth, but only two types of algae form lichen. And those two types of algae are chlorophyceae and cyanobacteria. I taught you four types of fungi. Out of that four types of fungi, three types of fungi can form lichens. Those three types of fungi are Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes. Now the question arises, why not Phycomycetes form lichens? Because Phycomycetes, another name is algal fungi. The fungi have a body like algae. That is why they cannot form the lichen. Now let's understand what is the meaning of symbiotic association. Symbiosis means mutual understanding. Two organisms will come together for a purpose. They will share something with each other and be together. This is called as symbiosis. In this association, both are benefited. Let's see, in case of lichens, how algae is benefited from fungi and how fungi is benefited from algae. Now you all know student, fungi doesn't have chlorophyll. It needs to search its food and also they have to wait for their favorable condition to have food. So when they come with algae, the food which algae prepares because of chlorophyll is available to fungi also. So how fungi is getting benefited? Because they are getting food from algae. Now speaking about algae, how algae are benefited? Algae are benefited in the way that fungi gives body support to algae. You all know algae doesn't have a proper body structure. You have seen algae during rainy season on wall or wooden blocks, soil, etc. So when you see them and you know them, when you throw water on algae, it gets washed out. When they are present with fungi, they get a body support because fungi have a proper body structure. So how algae are benefited? By getting body support. How fungi are benefited? By getting food. So one is giving food to another and one is giving body support. So this is how they have formed symbiotic association, and that resulted into formation of lichens. Now let's see, where are lichens found? In which places? Generally, lichens are found in moist and damp places, but there is no corner left on earth where you cannot see lichens. Lichens can be found in Arctic and Antarctica region also because they require very less nutrient to survive. Now, what are the colors of lichens? Indirectly, I mean, what are the pigments present in lichens? So, speaking about color of lichens, lichens can be found in grey, black, yellow, brown and green color. So, these are the 5 common color in lichen. There are many more, but these are 5 which are generally found. Lichens are the indicators of pollution. How we can say that? Wherever lichens are present, those areas are less polluted. So when you find lichens around yourself, it means your area is less polluted. And if you don't find it, it means the area where you are present is highly polluted. Now we are going to study types of lichen. Speaking about types of lichen, they are categorized into various categories, but on the basis of 2 concepts, or we can say 2 factors. Let's see what are those 2 factors. The 2 factors are, first of all, the fungal composition, and the second factor is body structure. Now under this we have further 3 types. Now we are going to study types under each factor. Speaking about fungal composition, which type of fungi is forming a lichen? On the basis of that, the names are given. Few minutes back, I told you there are only 3 types of fungi who can form lichens. And who are they? Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes. So when Ascomycetes are combining with any algae, they are forming lichen called ascolichen. When Basidiomycetes is combining with any algae, they are forming a lichen called as Basidiolichens. The 3 types which I told you are now speaking about body structure. Based on their body appearance, they are of 3 types. First is called as crustose. When you see this lichen, it will appear like a crust of the earth. That is why the name is given crustose. Second is foliose. When you see this lichen, they appear leaf-like. and the green leaves are called as foliage leaf. That is why the name is given is foliose. Last one is fruticose. Fruticose looks like small shrub plant. So these are the three names given to the lichens on the basis of their body structure. Now we are going to study economic importance of lichen. Lichens are used in various industries. So let's go through what are those industries in which lichens are used. They are used in food industry, fodder industry, medical field, leather industry, cosmetic industry, and also they have a ecological importance. So first we will study economic importance and then ecological importance. Let's see where are they used and how they are used. Now let's see which lichens are used in a specific industry. Now speaking about food industry, in case of food industry, it is used because of one very important reason, and that very important reason is presence of specific chemical in some lichens. The name of that chemical is lignin. Now, lignin is a carbohydrate which gives smooth, sweet texture to the food. So, lichens are used basically in making chocolates and pastries. Chocolates and pastries surface is made silky and soft because of lichen. Now, which lichens are used in chocolate and pastries? The name of the lichen is Lecanora and Parmelia. Now, speaking about fodder. Fodder is a food of cattle. Mostly reindeers are fed with lichen. The lichen which are used as a fodder are many, out of which 2-3 examples you have to remember. The first one is Cladonia, the second one is Parmelia, which is also used in food industry. The third one is Ivernia and Citraria. Next is medicinal use. Now medicinal use, it is used for various purpose or to treat various diseases. Now let's see which lichens are used to cure which kind of disease. Now speaking about first tuberculosis, that is TB. In case of TB, the lichens which are used for curing TB is Laboria and Citraria. The second disease which is cured by using lichen is hydrophobia. Hydrophobia is symptoms in rabies. The one who is suffering from rabies, they show symptom of hydrophobia. Hydrophobia means disliking for water. Now, which lichens are used for this purpose? It is called as Peltigeria. Next is epileptic attack, or we can say epilepsy. Now, which disease is called as epilepsy? It is fit. Generally, we call it as fit attack. So, in case of epilepsy, the medicine contains some lichens, and the name of that lichen is Parmelia. Now, there's one more disease which is cured using lichen, that is UTI. UTI means urinary tract infection. So, anybody who is suffering from urinary tract infection, they consume medicine which contain one lichen. The name of lichen is Ashnia. Now, it is used at curing many other diseases also, out of which you have to remember this much. The next application of lichen is in leather industry. Speaking about leather industry, student, in leather industry there is one procedure. That procedure is called as tanning. Now, what is tanning? You all know leather is made up of animal skin. Generally, those animal skins are used whose skin is very thick, like cow, buffalo, bull. These animal skins are used for making leather. Now, when they get skin of this animal, the first step of making leather is softening those skin. Now, how is that softening done? The softening is done manually. Manually means 10 to 15 people beat that skin with some instrument. That beating results into softening of skin. But student, this is very tiring and long procedure. So, there are certain lichens used by this industry. When they use this lichen, this manual process can be cut down, or the time period which is required for this manual process can be shortened. Now, how it is done? The skins are kept in some chemical. In that chemical, specific lichens are added, and it is left for some hours. What happens? Lichen carry out some enzymatic action, and because of this enzymatic action, the skin gets softened, and later for half an hour or 1 hour, manually it need to be beaten. So this is how we reduce the manual process. The next industry which we are going to speak is alcohol preparation. In countries like Sweden and Russia, the temperature almost goes below -20 or below -29. So people over there need to keep their body warm. But simultaneously, student, along with keeping their body warm, they need to resist those clumsy effect of alcohol. What is clumsy effect of alcohol? You must have seen people when they drink too much. After drinking, they are not aware where they are moving and where they are going. What happens in that case? In that case, your cerebellum gets affected and loses muscular coordination of your body. So, in order to avoid those clumsy effects, the government of Russia and Sweden, while making alcohol beverages, they add specific lichens to it. So when these lichens are added, they reduce those clumsy effects, which helps to keep the warmness in the body without having those clumsy movement. Next, speaking about litmus paper. Litmus paper is used in laboratory or checking out some chemicals. Litmus paper is an indicator which indicates whether the solution is acidic or it is alkaline. You must have used in your lab, chemistry lab. Now, this litmus paper is made up of lichen, and the name of the lichen is Rochella and Lacellia. Last application is cosmetic industry. There is one lichen, Evernia. Evernia lichen have a very good floral smell. These are basically used in making lipsticks or female perfumes. So the perfumes and the lipsticks are made from the lichen called Evernia. Here we completed topic lichen. Thank you very much, students.